everyone, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Caitlin, and if you are new here, we talk about all things smell good and all things girly. So if you like that type of content, I hope you stay. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 recommendations for spring perfumes. It's getting warmer, the weather's just getting nice, it's pretty outside. We're getting already into the 40s and 50s where I live, which is a heat wave if you don't know. But I already did the Fine Fragrance Mist version of this video, so if you haven't seen that, I will definitely link that for you guys so you can watch that. But these are going to be the top 10 perfumes. We have some affordable, we have some higher end, so we're going to jump right into it and get started. So the first one I have here is my newest baby, the newest addition to my collection, the one that's been on my wish list from the second that I smelled it. That is Viktor and Rolf Good Fortune. Look at this bottle. First of all, the bottle is stunning. This has got to be one of my favorite bottles ever. It's on display at all times now. You can see I do have a little bit of a different setup here. I got a bookshelf and I finally just set up my favorite perfumes on display. It still needs a little bit of tweaking, but it's getting there. This one has been front and center since the day that I got it, and I cannot get enough of it. But this one, straight up, I knew was going to be perfect for spring. Some people say that this is more for like wintertime, but I disagree to an extent. This is definitely good for wintertime, but I think this is going to perform a little bit better in warmer weather. So the top notes for this one are fennel and gentiana. The middle notes are jasmine, and the base notes are Madagascar vanilla. But on the Viktor and Rolf website, I can't remember what the other note was, but there is it's not completely accurate on Fragrantica, because I do know that that base note is actually bourbon vanilla, and it's loaded with bourbon vanilla and jasmine. If I can find the original notes on the Viktor and Rolf website, I will definitely put that on the screen for you guys. But this one, a white floral boozy bomb. It's stunning. It's one of the most elegant, sexy perfumes that I own in my collection. It has, so if you don't know, sometimes jasmine can give off like a kind of a grapey vibe, which is actually what Alien from Terry Mugler kind of gives off to some people because of that heavy jasmine. This one has that same kind of jasmine. It gives off like almost not a grape soda vibe really, but a little bit of that grapey vibe, and it's only more for like a trained nose, I've noticed. Like my boyfriend couldn't really pick that up, but immediately I got it. This one, like I said, is just sexy. It's sweet. It's floral, but with some booziness in the bottom because of that bourbon vanilla, which is one of my favorite notes of all time. Jasmine is probably one of the sexiest florals in my opinion. Everything that I own that has jasmine in it is, most things that have jasmine in it in my collection are just so sexy and seductive. Every single time I wear this one, I get compliments. This is just intoxicating. When you walk by somebody, it's gonna leave the scent trail. It's very good projecting. It's very long lasting, and it's gonna be amazing for springtime and warmer weather. So next up, this is called Empyrean by Tomavicci. So this was actually gifted to me by the company, which I'm so grateful for. But you guys, this is beautiful. As soon as I smelled this was another one that just, it screamed springtime. It screamed warmer weather. The bottle is stunning. That is beautiful. This is another one that I proudly display at all times. But Tomavicci, in my opinion, is somewhat similar to like the Delina family, but this one has a strawberry note in the top, which you immediately get. This one is just, yeah, it's so pretty. It's refreshing, but it's also very sexy. It's light, but it's also a little bit darker, a little bit, like I said, a little more sexy in kind of a mysterious vibe. But The top notes for this one are strawberry, nutmeg, and bergamot. Middle notes are damask rose, peony, carnation, and white musk. And base notes are vanilla, bourbon vetiver, cedar, and bacour. So the main things that I get from this one are just kind of a very sweet, very candy-like rose, but it's a little bit smoky because of that bacour. It's very sweet because of that vanilla and that strawberry. That strawberry stays with me the whole time through the whole entire fragrance, and it's just beautiful. If you like Delina and you wanted something maybe a little bit more fruity, this is a little bit closer to Delina Exclusive in my opinion, but because it does have that strawberry in there, it's kind of a happy medium, but still its own stunning fragrance. This one, if you can get your hands on this, is so perfect for springtime, even for summertime, because it's not too heavy. It's very long lasting. This lasts 10 plus hours on me. Tons of compliments every time I've worn it. I cannot get enough of this one. So this one is for my more gourmand girlies that want something that's light enough for summertime, for springtime, something you're not going to be choking yourself out with. This is Kayali's newest release, Vanilla 28. That's what I wore this morning and it's stuck in my head. But this is the Pistachio Gelato 33. So if you don't know, the number is actually for the amount of times that these perfumes were reformulated until they got it perfect. Some people are going to disagree with me on this, but I love this one now. Okay, I loved it from the beginning, but since it's sat, if you buy this, if you have this and you're on the fence about it, let it sit. Let it macerate and just deepen up, because it does have vanilla. It does have some of the sweeter notes in it. The longer these sit, the more they macerate, the stronger they get, the richer they get. This is so much more long lasting now. The scent is rich. It's a lot more deep. It's way more deep than what it was when I first got it. This is one that I literally keep on the top shelf of this, because when I walk in the room, 99% of the time I just want to reach for it and smell it again. But it's still so sweet. It's addictive to smell now. But this is just your very sweet dessert-like vanilla with a little bit of nuttiness, a little booziness. It has some hazelnut in it. It has whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. It's very sweet, very fun, very playful, but it's light and airy while still giving a little bit of that sugary sweetness, but it is more of like a clean version of it. I would say it's not like soapy anymore in my opinion. At the beginning, I did get a little bit of that soapiness, but to me, this almost smells like if you walk into an ice cream shop or like a gelato shop and you smell that really cold air with all of like the candy, the sweet, the cotton candy, the additives you put on your gelato. That's what this smells like to me, and it smells cold. This one, every single time I wear this, I can't stop smelling myself now. Truly, like from the beginning I loved it, but I love it even more now. Because this has some of that airiness, it's a little bit lighter, it's going to be better suited for like spring and summer in my opinion. It's going to be a very nice springtime gourmand. I'm actually super excited to wear this one as it warms up to see how it performs. If it performs a little better or if the scent kind of changes on me. But that is Kayali Pistachio Gelato. Super excited to wear this in the springtime. So the next one I have to share with you guys is actually a cheapie that I picked up from Target. This is from a new line called Finery that was released. I've spoke about them a couple times. I only have the two that I've spoke about previously. I haven't picked any more up yet, but truly their whole line is fantastic. The only one that was not in stock when I went last time was the cherry one. I forgot what the name of it is, but all of the other ones were in stock, so I was able to pick the couple up. But the one that I recommend for spring is Flower Bed. Flower Bed, if you don't know, smells very, very similar to Chanel Chance. I think it's Otandra, but let me double check. Yes, so it is Otandra. This one has notes of peony, green apple, and bamboo leaf. So this one to me is just a very fresh and clean, kind of a fresh out the shower type of scent, but it's just a little bit more deep than that. So this one, it does not smell like a straight up apple. It doesn't smell like country apple from Bath and Body Works. This is just like a very crisp, clean, kind of sexy apple even, I would say. So this one is just kind of very elegant. It's very sweet, it's fun, it's playful. It's not too deep, it's not too light and airy. It does still have a little bit of that depth from what it says here, bamboo leaf. I can't remember if that's actually the notes that it showed on the box because I did throw that away. But this one, I really do enjoy this one. Like I said, it's almost like getting out of the shower. You know, you just took the best shower of your life. You washed your hair, you exfoliated, you used your most expensive, sweet smelling body washes. That's what this gives me. It's just, a lot of people don't consider things like that sexy, but what they don't realize is a lot of things like this, once you're fresh out the shower, at least for my boyfriend, he loves like the fresh out the shower scent. So if I use a really nice body wash or wash my hair, whatever, he says that I smell really good. That, every single time I wear this, is exactly what that gives. I really like this one. This is definitely going to be an easy reach. You can already see I put a dent in this one. Even if you don't like super floral, this is kind of a fruity floral, I would say. But this, like I said, is a really nice cheapie that you can pick up from Target. These run about $29–30, which is actually really good for the price, believe it or not, because I believe like the Chanel Chance lines are $150 and up now. So to get a dupe that's longer lasting for $30 is amazing. So this next one here is actually one that is in the same family, I would say, as Chanel Chance Otandra, as Flower Bed. This is Burberry Body Tender. This is a flanker of the original Burberry Body, which I have not been able to smell. I have seen it at, I think, like Marshall's, but I never wanted to pick it up because I've heard that it's just a little too mature, and I'm trying to only pick up fragrances that I really like. I had this one actually, I bought this before I moved and I kind of never pulled it out. It's just one that sat in my collection, but recently, within the last couple months, I've reached for it a few times now and it smells amazing. It's very fresh, sweet, a little floral, a little bit aquatic, I would say. It's almost like a little bit woody, a little bit of like a woody version of Chanel Chance or Flower Bed, but with some more depth. So this one has top notes of wormwood, apple, lemon, peach, middle notes of rose, tea, jasmine, and sandalwood, and base notes of musk, cashmere wood, amber, and vanilla. So this one, to me, you don't really get a lot of like rose or anything in it, so it's not gonna be it's in my eye. It's not gonna be a super mature rose. It's a very fresh rose for the short amount of time that it is in there. The main notes that I actually get from this are the tea, the jasmine, the sandalwood. Right off the bat, you get the rose. I get a little bit of that citrusy vibe from that lemon, but almost immediately it goes away before it even hits my skin. I get a lot of sweetness from the peach and the apple, but in that dry down, it definitely smooths out. It sweetens up and it becomes just a very sweet, musky scent that does project, and it does last for a good amount of time. This lasts about 5 hours on my skin, and it does, like I said, it does project pretty well. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this one. I haven't worn it out too many times yet. It's just kind of an easy reach. Like, I've worn it when I ran to the post office and the lady behind the counter said I smelled good. My boyfriend says I smell good. I've had a couple compliments from passerbys in the hall at my apartment, but this is going to be the perfect fresh, airy, sweet perfume for spring because it does have a little bit of that depth. This is even going to be good for like cooler mornings if you have those days like we do where it's 70 degrees in the afternoon, but it's like 30 in the morning. So this one has enough depth to outlast that coolness, and then it heats up in that warmness, makes it project a little better. I really like this one. If you can get your hands on this, 1,000,000% pull this out. So this next one is one that also kind of falls into the same category, and I have compared it to Kayali Yum. This is Her by Zadig and Voltair. So this one is, it's gonna kind of curb that sweet tooth that you get in the summertime, so you're not pulling out those heavy, super cloying cookie scents, the cake scents. This is one that it's light enough, airy enough that it can survive spring and summertime while still giving you that sweetness that you want in those more gourmand scents. So this one has top notes of pink pepper, silkwood blossom, and jasmine sandalwood, middle notes of whipped cream, vanilla, and chestnut, and base notes of sandalwood and cashmere wood. So again, it has enough depth, enough sweetness. You really get a lot of that whipped cream note. It's very lactonic, but still very airy. This is one that I had to do a review on just by itself because I cannot get enough of this one. You see that dent? That dent is heavy, and you see the amount of perfumes I have, so that's really good for a newer perfume to my collection. Just really quick, if you were looking for a layering combo, maybe you don't like Kayali Yum as much as you thought you would, or you wanted a little more of this, that, whatever. These two together are incredible. Every single person that I have talked to that I've told to layer these together has fallen in love with this combination. I posted this on Instagram. I've raved about it. I've had such good feedback, but this is one of my favorite layering combos on the planet. I love this one. It adds a lot of sweetness and creaminess, the lactonicness to it. It has the same type of like chestnutty, hazelnutty vibe to it. So it really mixes well together, and it just gives it a little bit more depth. But even alone, This Is Her is stunning. It's sweet, it's airy, it has enough of a clean vibe that it will be perfect in the springtime. I definitely am going to be wearing this all year around, especially whenever I want something a little bit sweeter, but not something that's going to knock me out and knock out everybody in the room. This next one was one that was also gifted to me by the company, but all of these are just genuinely ones that I think are amazing for spring. I'm not advertising for anyone. I'm just saying if you have these, pull them out. They're perfect. If you can find them, if you have the chance to smell them and give me your feedback. This is Strawberry Kiss by Sphinx. So this is their newest release. This is one that as soon as I saw it, I knew was going to be amazing. I actually ended up getting a sample. I can't remember who I got a sample from, but I did get a sample and I fell in love with it almost immediately. As soon as I hit my skin, it wowed me, genuinely. I don't have anything like this in my collection. So Strawberry Kiss is almost immediately just so refreshing, so sweet. It's a little bit powdery in the dry down, but it's like the best kind of powdery where it's still kind of creamy. But the top notes of this are strawberry and forest fruits. The middle notes are powdery notes and cupcake. And the base notes are woody notes, burnt sugar, and caramel. If I can find a picture of what this reminds me of, I will absolutely put it in the frame for you guys. This one is just... it smells like a strawberry dessert with powdered sugar on it. It smells like it has fresh strawberries with like a little bit of bubbliness to them. It's truly hard for me to explain this one because this is just one that is one of a kind. I have not been able to really compare it to anything that I have. I've heard people say that this smells like a strawberry soda to them, and I can kind of see that in the very beginning, but once it dries down on your skin, I don't really get that super soda-y vibe. I don't get a lot of bubbliness to it, other than maybe just like a slight smidge of kind of what smells like a strawberry jam. This is incredible. This is gonna be like a perfect kind of sugary sweet strawberry dessert for springtime. If you guys can get a sample of this, like, you can order samples from their website as well, but if you can order a sample or a travel size, I think it's might actually be travel size that I'm thinking of. But this one is beautiful. I'm really enjoying this one so far. All of their fragrances that I've tried out so far have been really nice, but this is definitely my favorite one so far. So this next one is another one that also has a strawberry note in it. That's purely by accident, but I guess when I think of springtime, I think of more like strawberry, sweet, kind of fruity perfumes, but not too fruity, because you still want a little bit of that floral in because it is spring, it's not summer. But this one is Burberry Her Elixir. This is just the best strawberry vanilla milkshake. It's creamy, it's lactonic, it has a little bit of woodiness, it has some sandalwood in it, it has blackberry in the top, strawberry in the top, middle notes of jasmine, base notes of vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. It's so sweet, so pretty. It's very elegant, but it's still fun and playful. The amount of compliments you will get on this one is insane. This is probably my favorite one that I've ever smelled from the Burberry Her line, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection. This is my favorite, even above like the original Burberry Her. My boyfriend pointed out that these look like the box vapes, and I can't remember if I've said that before, but that's all I can see. It literally does. It reminds me of the old box vapes that we used to have. But this one, I love this one. That's probably one of my top 10 favorite perfumes of all time. You don't need a lot either. This is a pretty strong one. A little bit goes a long way. I am an oversprayer, hands down, but I don't have to spray a ton of this because you can definitely smell it hours later. It projects well, but all of that aside, this is just genuinely a perfect perfume for springtime. So this next one is a celebrity perfume, actually. This is called Hue by Hayley Kiyoko. I can't remember how you say her name, but this is called Hue. This was actually sent to me by the company Slateland. This one, I think you can purchase on their website if I remember right, but this one has top notes of watermelon, freesia, and blood orange, middle notes of lychee, magnolia, rose, peony, and base notes of musk and cacao. So this one is one that actually shocked me a little bit at how much I genuinely do like this one. This has been a pretty common reach for me since I got it, especially like a fresh out the shower. But to me, this one smells like a little bit more of like a floral version of L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. It has that really sweet, fruity, musky rose and watermelon. It smells like a fruit bowl, but this one smells like the fruit bowl and the watermelon with the addition of like rose, maybe. Like it has magnolia, rose, peony, so it has a little bit of those florals in there. But it's really just like a mouth-watering, juicy, fun, flirty fragrance that's perfect for spring. But even just like a fresh out the shower, I'm wearing this one right now, even before it started warming up. I've been pulling for this one quite a bit the last few days. I've been enjoying this one a lot. This one, I don't really get a lot of that lychee that's in there, but I think it's just kind of adding to that sweetness that's in it because it is a very sweet, fruity perfume. This is another one that's a very musky, sweet, fruity floral without having too much musk. I'm not a musk lover. I'm very hit or miss with musky perfumes, but this one stays sweet throughout the whole entire fragrance. I really enjoy this one, and the bottle is actually super cute. I really like the bottle, and I want to show you guys the box actually, because the box is really cool. I probably won't ever throw this one away because of this, but it's just very artistic, very pretty. Same with the bottle. I don't have any other red bottles like this in my collection. The closest thing I have is probably Glacier U right there, but it's only because of the red cap. But I just think it's really cute, and I like the little gold plate that's on it. All of the presentation aside, this is genuinely just a really pretty, fun, flirty perfume. It's gonna be an amazing one for spring. It's not too in your face, it's not too strong. The lasting power is not the greatest on it, but I would say that this kind of becomes a musky, floral, fruity skin scent around the 2 to 3 hour mark on me now. This is gonna be good for like if you're a nurse or if you work in a place that doesn't allow fragrance. This is gonna be good because it truly just smells like you, but better once it dries down. So put this on before you leave the house and you'll be set for the rest of the day. So the last one I have here is one that I have to try with everything in me, not to wear all the time. So this is a Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. This is one that is just so pretty. So it does have the DNA of the original Flowerbomb. I only have the 1 ounce here, so that's why I try not to overuse it, because this is truly just one of my favorite perfumes of all time. The lasting power is actually really good on me on this one, even whenever it was cold, like 10 degrees cold. I was putting this one on, I was going out, and it would still last me over 7 hours. Every single time I would wear it on my clothes, I could still smell it later. Like if I put my jacket back on, I could still smell this later, and that's a determining factor for me if it's long lasting, is if I can still smell it on my clothes later. But this one has top notes of peach and vine, middle notes of orchid, and base notes of vanilla bean. So it's a very sweet, kind of somewhat green in the opening fragrance, but not too green. This one is so pretty. I definitely need to get the biggest bottle that I can of this because I cannot stop reaching for this. It's so good. This one, like I said, it's not overly peachy, but it has a little bit of fruity sweetness in it, but it's a very smooth type of peach. It's not pungent, not in your face. Like I said, it has that Flowerbomb DNA, but Flowerbomb is just like a very sweet vanilla, mostly vanilla heavy fragrance. Same with this one, with that addition of the peach and also that vine note. Like I said, it does kind of open up a smidge green, but it's not an in-your-face, not super earthy, dirty patchouli type of green note. This one is incredible. This truly is another one that's in my top 10 favorites of all time. I can't stop wearing this one. I definitely get that vanilla note in there. I don't see anything here that I can say 100% that this compares to on Fragrantica, but this truly is just one that if you run to Sephora, at least smell it and let me know what you think, because I love this one, if you can't tell, but it just genuinely is one that it amplifies whenever your skin warms up. So that's going to be exactly what you want for spring. It's not too cloying, it's not too fresh and airy, but it's also not too sugary sweet. It does have a little bit of that sugary sweetness in there because of that peach and that vanilla, but without being in your face. It's not going to give you a headache. It's not going to make you feel nauseous. It's not going to knock out everybody in the room, but you're going to get a ton of compliments on this one, I promise you, because I already have, and I compliment myself every single time I wear this one. Alright you guys, so that was my top 10 perfume recommendations for springtime. Those are going to be the ones that I am pulling out constantly, even aside from just being recommendations for you guys. These are genuinely ones that are going to be in my lineup that I'm going to be reaching for constantly this spring. I'm probably going to bring a couple of these on vacation with me as well, but these are just genuinely ones that are going to, like I said, be perfect for cool mornings and last into those warmer afternoons. It's even the ones that were gifted to me. I genuinely stand behind those. I think that they're going to be incredible for springtime, for like a little bit warmer weather. Coming from wintertime, cold, you want something kind of light and airy, something maybe a little more fruity, fresh. That's at least what I like, but they really are just some of the perfect recommendations. I've gone through this list multiple times. I narrowed it down to these 10. These are the top 10 best fragrances that I have so far that I am recommending to you guys to wear for this spring. Obviously, if there's something else that I think is going to be good for springtime, I will absolutely pull that out for you. I will definitely make a part 2 to this video if I come up with some more, but those are truly just the ones that I'm standing behind solid right now, and I can't wait to wear them. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Leave a comment down below on what your scent of the day is. As always, leave me a flower emoji. Any of the flower emojis for today's emoji of the day. And like I said, leave me you guys a scent of the day. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.